Well, this project's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try to clean up the Gage chrome. You see, it's just got little bits of surface rust on them, and I'm hoping that will polish off. So what I've got, I'm going to use my drill, and I got some of these nice little buffers. I'm going to chuck that on the drill, and I'm going to use some rubbing compound. And we'll see how that goes. I might try some other things, but we'll start with that. And if this isn't enough to get it going, I've also got some brass wire brushes, and we try to gently touch it with that. So that's what we're going to try to do. I think I'll start by maybe taping these off and taping this off just so I don't, damage the glass or the paint behind it. And then we'll come along with the buffer and we'll just try to hit those edges, see if we can clean that up a little bit. So let's tape it up, see how it goes. Well, tried with using a buffer and some rubbing compound, and my little buffing wheel is just coming all apart, so that's not working real well. And I'm not quite getting the result I want. So I'm going to take and try this again, this time with a brass wire wheel, and see if that works a little bit better. So let's give that a try. Okay, so I've changed over to some brass wire wheels. Got that one, and I've got this little guy. And check that out. I've been just working on this surface here and the back side. And that is looking a whole lot better than that. So we're going to go ahead and work our way around this gauge, especially down in here. And we'll see how that all cleans up. But that's just using brass on a drill and going slow, keeping everything taped up so we don't damage any other surfaces. So we're going to do a little more work on that, see how that whole gauge looks. All right, we got the speedometer bezel done. So we've gone all the way around here, all the way around the outside, and we've cleaned up the glass. And that looks way better. So we're going to do the tack next. And of course you can see the bits of rust, just a little surface rust. But the chrome, and you see the other gauges, same situation. And the gauges over here too, not as bad. So we got that all cleaned up on this one. The chrome's in pretty good shape. So the trick is getting back into these nooks and crannies. And we've got a nice variety of wire brushes, a couple different shapes. So we're just going to keep at it. We're going to tape everything off. Just go one gauge at a time, and when we're done, we'll have that dash looking really nice. And there's the tachometer. Got it cleaned up. So we'll take the tape off and move on to the next one. Just to give you an idea what the work area looks like, got all my tape, going through a ton of tape on this. And the dash, and again, we just do one gauge at a time, focus on it, polish it, move on to the next one. Making progress. This is a tedious job. To show you again what we're after. That's all the stuff around that, and we will get that all cleaned off. One gauge at a time. That makes a big, big difference. That looks a ton better. And with that, we have it done. And I think this came out looking great. Another job done.